Hi, it's the Lipstick Gal. Thank you so much for watching today. It's a new month, it's a new year. It's time to shop my stash for my monthly makeup bin. This is something I started doing a year ago. I love that I did this for 2022. It really got me in touch with my makeup collection. Now, since I have a YouTube channel and I have a beauty budget, from the ads that run on my channel, I definitely have the opportunity to try a lot of stuff. I know that. Your makeup collection and habits are different than mine, which is totally normal. Don't try and keep up with someone like me. Now, here's what I do like to do is I do like to go through and edit things down. I think we're getting to for a declutter. I might actually start thinking about doing that. That's hard for me, but that is definitely something I need to do. But the other thing I like doing is that when I do this shop my stash, it really helps me know what I have. When something new gets released, I'll take a look at it and go, well, I wonder how that stacks up against. Sometimes curiosity wins over and I purchase, and sometimes like, no, I already got something. Don't need that. And I think that that's the really great part of the monthly shopping of the stash. So I'm gonna move the camera. Please join me as I open up all my drawers and show you what I'm planning to use this month. Everything in this bin are either products that are on the new side that I'm still trying to form opinions about, or things that I'm trying to finish up. There's a couple of things that I'm really close to finishing in here, but I'm gonna pull this out. I'm gonna start by filling this tower right here with base products. This is the second lightest shade in 2N. Perhaps maybe it's better to say it's the lightest neutral shade, but I'm putting this in. I'm gonna leave this bin to the side, and as we get to each of these categories, I'll pull things out of here as we go along. These are the rest of my foundations and liquid highlights. I'm trying to think of products that I really enjoy reaching for. You know what? I haven't used this in a while. I do like this. This is the Double Wear Sheer Wear makeup. This is the lightest shade in 1N1. I'm gonna put this in. This is kind of like a lightweight foundation. I need something with a little bit more hold to it. I really like this Estee Lauder Futurist Hydra Rescue. I'm gonna put that in. I'm halfway through my bottle of Double Wear. Maybe I'll put this in. Maybe it'll be a Makeup by Mario and all my Estee Lauder foundations kind of month. Yeah, let's do that. Now I'm going to be looking for concealers and correctors, and I'm going to start right here. I usually go straight for the Beauty Pie Under Eye Genius, which I really like, but I think I'm going to leave this one here this month and go for this new one from Rare Beauty. I picked this up the day that it came out, and I've been enjoying it. This is the Positive Light Under Eye Brightener. I have the lightest shade. This is maybe not as much coverage as the one from Beauty Pie, but it looks more natural. So this is gonna go into my monthly picks. Let's see, where is my, if we're gonna make it an Estee Lauder month, this is the Estee Lauder Radiant Concealer. This is the lightest shade in 0.05, ultra light. Let's see, what else do I want when it comes to, I always love this. I'm gonna leave it there for right now. Maybe I'll throw this in. This is the Beauty Pie Everyday Great Skin Concealer. I have the shade Super Light number 50. I'll put that in. And maybe this as well, the Tantidel Ultra Wear from Lancome. This is the lightest shade in 90. All right, that gives me 3 concealers, 1 corrector, and 4 foundations. I think I'm good when it comes to correcting and base products. Oh, I'm so sad. This is the Pat McGrath Under Eye Powder. I really like this. This was my second compact of it. I missed picking another one up when it was on sale just about a week ago because this shade sold out so quickly. This is the lightest shade. I'm just gonna close the lid on the little remnants that are in here. It doesn't snap anymore. Oh no, now it's just gonna be a complete and total disaster. What do I do? What do I do? I don't know. I'm going to put it to the side since it doesn't snap anymore. We'll see whether it survives this or whether it just kind of jumped off the cliff and said, my time is up. Here are all of my powders. This one here. Oh, so sad. So sad that it fell and it fell to its doom. But let me pick something that is, instead of using that one from Pat McGrath that I was really kind of eyeballing, I'm gonna put this in. This is another beautiful white powder. I think this works really great for a lot of people, but I love it as someone who's fair, especially for setting the under eyes. This is the Beauty Pie One Powder Wonder, and this is the shade Uberlucent Universal. So it looks white. I have another one. I'm kind of wondering if maybe I should put this one in my empties. I'm always trying to get the stuff around the edge, but it's pretty hard to pick up much more of this. Maybe we'll call this good and open up the new one. But this is one of my favorite powders of all time. I had talked about this a lot, but this is definitely one of those that I'm always like never wanting to be without. This is what a brand new one looks like. I'll put this one in for this month, and maybe I won't miss the Pat McGrath. Here's another Beauty Pie powder that surprised me. It's another One Powder Wonder. This one is called Exquisite Light, and it's for light to medium skin tones. Yeah, mine has been abused, but I love this powder. I pick it up on a really big fluffy brush, and I use it as a finishing powder. It does have some luminous qualities to it. You could use it very easily as inner corner highlight. You could definitely use it on the tops of the cheekbones for a really pretty, subtle, but still glowy highlight. But if you use a big fluffy brush and lightly buff it over your skin, it's a great finishing powder. I'll put this in as well. I haven't reached for this in a while. This is the Flower Beauty Light Illusion powder. This is a really beautiful powder. I think it's really similar to the Charlotte Tilbury, the Airbrush Flawless Finish. I feel like this powder does a lot of the same things that the one from Charlotte does, but it's nowhere near the same price. They're not exactly the same color. These are both the lightest shades, but I definitely feel they have a very similar texture. So I'm gonna put this one in for this month. I'm so close to being done with this Hourglass Veil finishing powder. Maybe I could finish it up this month. That might be something to work towards. So I'll put this in for this month. Aside from that, I don't know that I need any other powder here. I always love the one from Glossier. I think I'm good though. We'll just stick with what we have in the bin already. Here's what I have in my complexion bin for January. I realize I have a lot of liquid and cream blush products. I have 4 bins. These little acrylic trays are not that big, so I don't feel too bad about it, but I definitely want to pull a combination of cream and liquid products for non-work days and then powder products for work days. I'm looking through here trying to think of things that I haven't used in a while. You know what I haven't used in a while? This. This is the Rose Ink blush. This is beautiful. This one is in the shade Azalea. I'm going to put this in for this month. I always like that look of kind of like an in from the cold. This is one of my favorites. This is the color Nectar Pigment Balm from Ritual Defeat in Bloodflower. I know it looks kind of frightening in here, but it's the most beautiful kind of bright red shade. Talk about a great color for in from the cold. This is the Beauty Pie Super Cheek. This is the shade French Raspberry. It's so pretty. Another one that's good for those kind of cold cheek sort of looks. Here is one that I absolutely adore. It's from Lisa Eldridge. It's one of her enlivening blushes. The packaging failed, so I put it in this little glass pot. But this is the deepest shade that she made. This is Venetian Red. My understanding is they're coming back later this year. I'm hoping that there's new packaging for these and maybe even new shades, but I love this formula. Putting this one in for January. This one is kind of new to my collection still. This is a Color Drops, the Serum Drops from M Cosmetics. Here's one of the old ones in the old packaging, but they reformulated and put it in a different sort of dropper. This is a new shade that wasn't part of their initial launch. This one's called Soft Amethyst, so I'll put this one in for this month as well. That should be more than enough. That's way too many blushes, but it gives me plenty of things to play with. These are the cream products and liquid products that I have that are bronzers. I'm really in love with the M Cosmetics So Soft bronzers, and this one here is the shade Terra. It's more of a contouring stick. I've really been loving this, but I think I'm going to go for this guy right here. This is the Merit Bronze Balm, and I have the second lightest shade in Clay. I'll put that in for this month. So these are my liquid highlights. I finished up one of my Lisa Eldridge Elevated Glows. The one in Crystal Nebula, that's a favorite. I'm gonna put this one in. This one here is Pink Moon. I might even put in the Auric Glow Lust. I know sometimes I use this kind of as primer on the face, but I want to use it as like highlight this month. And as I'm looking through the rest of these products here, I think the only thing that kind of excites me is one that I used last month and I like it a lot, is this right here. This is the RMS Living Luminizer. It's a really pretty pearlescent, but it just looks like healthy glowing skin. I'll put this in as well. About a week ago, I opened this drawer up and realized that it wasn't functioning very well for me because there were products in here I wasn't using very regularly, and I wanted to make it easier to find what it was I was looking for. So from here, this way are all of my powder face products. And then from here, this way are all of my really small eyeshadow palettes. And I wanted to find homes for my new Lisa Eldridge eyeshadows. So I kind of took some things out, rearranged, and this might look a little bit different. Not terribly different, but things that I definitely want to, keep using. This is a highlight from Haus Labs. This one is in the shade Sunstone. It's a really pretty shade, but it's one that I kind of got and forgot about because it came right before all of the holiday hullabaloo. So that's going in. One that I've fallen in love with is this one here from Rare Beauty. This is the Positive Light Silky Touch, and this is in the shade Mesmerize. Love this. I want the next lightest shade, kind of like that icy white one. But it's out of stock everywhere. I think it might be back in stock at Sephora. This I'm excited to be using this month. This is gorgeous. All right, here's something that I picked up this summer. This is a bronzer from Viseart. And you know what? I just never really fell in love with it, but maybe I didn't give it a fair shake. I think that if I only have one powder bronzer this month, I'll be able to see whether this is for me or not. All right, so we'll put this one in rotation. This is one of the Heaven's Glow Radiant Baked Blushes from M Cosmetics. This one's a limited edition shade called Cherub. I didn't like it when I first got it as much as I like it now. Now it's like the perfect, and maybe it's that I got it in the springtime and it was starting to catch a little bit more sun, but this really beautiful soft pink is so gorgeous when my skin is pale. I'm putting this in for this month. I feel like me and this Gucci blush have just been like forever besties. This one here is in Rosy Beige. This one is so pretty. And I'm gonna grab, what do I want? Do I want my Charlotte Tilbury? Yes, let's put this in. This is the shade called Sex on Fire, but do you see how beat up mine is? Yeah, mine has been through the mill. It's cracking on the edges, but I really, really, really love this shade. And it's such a pretty blush. I managed to fit all of my cheek products, both powder and liquids and creams, in one bin, and that gives me 2 bins for eye makeup. Here's the other half of that drawer that you almost never get to see. I definitely want to pull a couple of Lisa Eldridge palettes. I'm going to put Sorcery in. I'm also going to put the Muse palette in. I really like the formulas in here. I just haven't been reaching for these shades, but I think if I put it in rotation for this month, I'll probably come to appreciate it a lot more. I'm going to put this quad in from Viseart. This is the Lilas Deux. This is the one that I'm wearing today, and I love this one so much. That one is gorgeous. I'm also going to put in this bento box from Kaja. This is the shade Orange Blossom. It has 3 really pretty shades in here, and this is one of my favorites for like a one and done look. This is going in. I've always loved the Petits. This format is one of my faves, but I love green eyeshadows, and I think putting Peridot in rotation would be fun for this month. This will be like my colorful eyeshadow palette. I'm also going to put in the Divine Skies eyeshadow from M Cosmetics in the shade Rodin. This is a beautiful, easy, neutral palette that is just one of my absolute faves. These are the small eyeshadow palettes that came out of my desk drawer. I'm just gonna kind of consolidate these a little bit and add a few more things in. These are 3 new shades of Lisa Eldridge's Liquid Lorix. I have Titania here, which is a really pretty kind of old gold shade. This one here is Viola, which is a kind of more satin but burgundy tone, and Cressida. This is one I've been using quite a lot. I can see like there's a mark right here. Like, yep, we've been in this one. This is a beautiful pearl. It's great for inner corner. It's great for a light wash on the lid that's almost imperceptible. And I'm also throwing in the Persona Identity palette. This is one that I picked up at the end of, well, I guess it was mid-month in December. And I really haven't, I've used it, and I've used it a lot, and I know that I like it, but I really want to have fewer things in my eye makeup bin so I can really get to know this. But this is a palette I am super excited to have. I like that we have, you know, cool tones, we have warm tones, we have sparkly shades. This really does a lot of beautiful things on the eyes. These items were ones I was keeping in my bin that I put off to the side to make sure that I was able to use them, and I'm going to pull a few more things. So these two bins are where my larger eyeshadow palettes live. I definitely want to have a few options from here. You know, there are some shades. Is this the one? Yes. I want these. These are new singles I picked up during December from Give Me Glow. Well, they were Black Friday, but by the time they arrived, it was mid to late December, and I want to play more with these guys. I think this might be a fun addition to the Identity palette. These really beautiful crushed kind of foily pigments from Flower Beauty. The Jungle Lights is gorgeous. I love the Desert Lights. So like, she's right here, but I'm always reaching for that. So maybe this month we'll go for Jungle Lights. This empty Sydney Grace palette is getting put to the side because I'm going to be pulling some singles, but I'm wondering if there's anything else. The Coffee Talk, the Summer Days. Ooh, you know what? Let's do this, California Coast. I haven't used this one in a while. And when I was doing my ranking of 2022 palettes, I forgot how gorgeous this was until I opened it up. Let's put in this one for this month. That's a lot of nude eyeshadows. Maybe we'll build something a little more colorful in here. Here's one I haven't reached for in a while, but it is a really fun one. It has, as you can see, a lot of glittery particles in here, but the Rose Quartz from Huda Beauty, I think will be the largest palette I put in for this month. Here are all of my Sydney Grace singles. I have all of my metallics and pressed pigments housed in here, and there is one lone highlight. And then I have two palettes here, magnetic palettes, that are just full of the mattes. I'm going to take a minute to try and build some easy looks in this magnetic palette, and I'll show you what it is in a minute. This ended up being too small because it only holds 9 eyeshadows, because these were the 12 that I was like, yes, please. I've been swatching for the last like 25 minutes and just loving all of the shifty shades and the beautiful mattes. Let me tell you what's in here. This is Fallen Splendor, Recruit, Herky Bird, Dazzle, Ivy League, Alpha, Nature's Crown, Enjoy the Ride, Beyond, Major, Midnight Gold, and Golden Wheat. So this is going to be kind of like that mix of kind of like warm leaning neutrals and kind of greens for this month. I was hoping for something a little bit more colorful than this, but I think this is a great place to start. Here are the eyeshadows I have in for this month. It's kind of a lot, but I don't know. And I always feel like in January, I always get back to the point where I'm wanting to wear less makeup at the beginning of the year. It's cold, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm going to pull some mascara, liner, and brow products, plop them in here, and then we'll be off to just lips. These are my favorite brow products right now. This is the Gimme Brow Volumizing Pencil from Benefit, the Micro Fluff Sculpting Brow Cream from M, their fine liner brush right here. I love this. I have these both in taupe, and I am addicted. This one's almost out, the Glossier Brow Flick, and I always set it with my NYX Control Freak. So I'm going to put these in rotation. That's a lot of options for brow products, but I'm kind of feeling like maximalist perspective. This Hamish Smudge Stop is my favorite mascara for work. I'm probably also going to try and see if I can finish up the M Cosmetics Pick Me Up mascara. This is another tubing mascara that I like quite a lot. And one non-tubing formula. Ooh, I've been liking this one. I'm wearing this one today. This is the Flash False Lash Mascara from Beauty Pie. And I'll have 3 mascaras this month. Here's where I keep all of my liners. I'm trying to think what sort of, ooh, this one. This one from Beauty Pie. This is the Ultra Color Gel Pro eyeliner. This is the shade Molten Bronze. I like this one. I also have a new one from, here it is, from Persona. This is their 24-hour waterproof eye pencil, and this one here is in the shade Bronze. So a couple of warm toasty ones. I think I'm also gonna put in my little short Persona guide here, the one in brown. I'm almost out of my M Cosmetics illustrative liner as well, but not to worry. Got a few more here in the back, but that's plenty of brown liners. I'm also going to put in the Fenty Beauty Fly Liner. That'll be my black liquid option. That's plenty of liners for this month. All right, I feel like all of my makeup bins here are great. All I need now are lip products. I am desperately trying to finish this Fenty Gloss Balm. There's very little left in here. So I'm going to put this back in for this month. I can't stop using the Glossier Swiss Miss Balm.com. Love that stuff. I've also really been liking these M Cosmetics Soft Spoken Velvet Lip Creams. I have the shade Tender and the brightest shade in Flutter. A friend who knows I love red lipstick got me the Sephora liquid lipstick. This is the shade number 94 Cherry Moon. This is one I want to wear this month. I picked up the Persona E-Balm. This is one that I am still kind of trying to decide whether I like or not. I'm going to keep it here. I have the sheer red shade. Oh, look what I did. I bought one of these Milani red lipsticks, and I think I have another one coming. I have the shade Poppy. I really am curious to see how these swatch color-wise against some Lisa Eldridge reds, but I really love this formula from the drugstore. This is beautiful. This is a lipstick I picked up in November and I really haven't done much with. It's another bright red. This is from L'Oreal. This is the Intense Volume Matte Lipstick. And I have the shade 203 Le Rouge Avant-Garde. I've tried it a couple of times. It's not my favorite, but I don't know that I've given it a fair shake. So back in rotation. Finally was able to get a replacement for the Gucci lipstick that I ordered during the fall savings event from Sephora. This is the shade Love is Better. I've been using it quite a lot. I wish, look at this, it's already bumping into the casing, so I feel like the bullet kind of moves around in here just a little bit. But you know, we'll keep using it. This is a really easy, but it's not the most hydrating. I don't know. I don't know that these Gucci lipsticks are worth it for me. I'm super close to being done with this gloss balm from L'Oreal. I love this. That's in rotation for this month. And I'm also really been enjoying this kind of hydrating tinted balm from Rare Beauty. I have the shade Confident, but it's really, really nice. It's what I have topped over the lipstick that I'm wearing today. This is kind of more of like a berry tone, but super, super comfy. I love this Love Swipe from Kaja, not just because she's adorable, because yes, she is, but also very comfortable. Also kind of reminds me of the formula of the M Cosmetics. So this is in rotation. I'm going to throw in a mix of affordable and some high-end lip liners. I really like the ones from Essence. I do like the one from Juvia's Place. And then I have 2 Lisa Eldridge, a Charlotte Tilbury, and a Wayne Goss. I am loving a glossy red lip, and this Ultra Lip from Glossier is one of my faves. I'm going to put this in rotation. This is the shade Fete. This is another super easy lip product to wear. It's drugstore. It's the Gloss and Glow from Burt's Bees. And this is the shade Eat, Drink, and Be Cherry. This is one I was like, where is it? I finally found it. Look, it's not really red. It's kind of like a, I don't know, like a deepened berry, My Lips But Better, super easy, uber comfortable. Love this. I was worried I'd put it through the wash, but nope, here she is. I am really loving this formula from YSL. This is the Bold Intense. This is the shade 01 Le Rouge. I love this. I also discovered that I had a sample of their Tatouage Couture Matte Stain in the same shade in 01. I think this one's going to be a little bit more of, yeah, like an orange red and less of the cherry that this is, but I like this formula a lot. So maybe I'll put all of my red lipsticks over here. Maybe that's what I'll do. All of my reds are gonna live in the same place this month. Here's what's funny. I don't like this lipstick, but I can't stop reaching for it. I don't know what that means. I'm so confused by it. This is a Generation G lipstick from Glossier. The formula is too dry for me, but this shade in Fuzz is like perfect. I love this shade in Fuzz. I wish this was a more comfortable lipstick because this shade is what I'm wanting right now. So I'm going to put this in rotation, but just know that I'm going to be pairing this with like my Balm.com or with a gloss or something that makes this a little bit easier to wear. I like these lip creams from Rare Beauty. This is the shade Flawless. It's kind of like a really pretty deep brownie rose shade. I love this. I also really like this shade here from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the shade Very Victoria. I feel like Charlotte does nude shades so well. This is a little bit brown leaning, but not too brown. If it gets too brown, I get a little uncomfortable, so I'm happy to have that. Another one that I am excited to wear is Elisa Eldridge. I can't stop wearing this. I'm gonna burn through this and that's gonna be fine. I'll just have to get another one. This is the shade Meet Me in Berlin. I wish that this shade here from Glossier had the slide and the glide of this. Oh, it would make it perfect because I love the shade. It's just not comfortable to wear. This is like everything my winter lips are craving. A little bit of color, not too much, and very nourishing. The last thing I'm putting in here is this from Hourglass. This is one of their Phantom like lip tints, and this is the shade Slip. Again, you know, very nude, very easy. This is a perfectly fine product. I don't hate it, but I wouldn't go out and buy another one. They're what, $32? And I feel like there are a lot of other products that do the same thing that this does, and you don't have to pay for it. But if you like this really pretty gold packaging, the slimline, it's really lovely, but I don't know that I would spend $32 on another one. Shopping my stash is one of my favorite things to do every month, mainly because it gives me a chance to just sit down and play. I take a day where I have time and I swatch things and I think about color stories and kind of what I've been craving, and I try and find those things within my current collection. There are always things that are getting added to my collection, but for the month of January, my goal really is to do a no-buy. I might stretch it through to February or maybe the first half, but I feel like I've been doing too much purchasing from the Sephora Savings event in the fall all the way up until the end of December. And I'm ready to kind of like reset. Now, that doesn't mean you won't see me using products that are new, because there were some products I purchased in December. There are some products that I purchased that won't arrive until later this month. I know I got the Beautylish Lucky Bag. I made an order from Milani. I have a few other things, but there also are new things that I purchased in December that are already in my collection, hopefully that are in my bins, that you'll get a good idea of what my thoughts are on those. Thanks so much for watching today. I would love to know if you have a larger makeup collection. Do you rotate through things? Do you go seasonally? Do you kind of just leave it all neatly organized so you can grab whatever you want? Do you ever find that you forget about stuff and it kind of languishes in the back of a drawer or a bin? Let me know in the comment section down below. I feel like this monthly shopping my stash is a great way for me to kind of keep track of what I have and to not let things kind of fall to the back. But the ones that I continue not to choose and that don't go in the bins for the last several months, I'm just like, declutter is coming. I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones. Thank you so much for watching today. Happy New Year, and I'll see you again soon.